So hi everyone, my name is Mado, and today we're going to talk about what do we do and how do we start our process of becoming the relationship we're looking for when we are stuck for a long time in being single or trying unfulfilling relationships. So the first thing we need to see is, depending on our level of consciousness, so if we are on the mind level, and we see that we have, many negative thinking patterns or beliefs that pop up, or thoughts, like ruminating thoughts about a specific person, for example. That is how we deal with negative thinking, is wanting to listen to those thoughts. When I mean listen, is to hear them because they're expressing something, and bring back the focus into the body. Because thinking, right, overthinking and being stuck in thought is actually a stress response. It's actually a reaction, right? Survival one. And in that moment, we are not self-soothing the stress, stress is a small fear. So if we have negative thinking, we want to bring our focus back to the body and just reparent ourselves. Be the parent, be the caregiver we didn't have, right, for ourselves, because our parents did the best they could for us. Now, how we deal with our inner world is up to us. That is the trauma, that's the gift. Once we actually go and love ourselves there. And the process is actually going through the thoughts, focusing on the body, bringing the attention to our senses, to our body, and going in, being with that emotion that comes up, the feeling that comes up. Now, thinking and overthinking or distracting ourselves is a way to remove our focus from dealing with these unprocessed emotions. Once we allow to feel them, they could flow through our body and they're healed that way, and therefore we open up our electromagnetic field a lot more, and that's how we become more and more what we're looking for. So becoming what we're looking for happens by seeing if we're stuck on the mental level. Maybe we could feel it, emotionally we could feel off, or sadness or disappointment, check in with our emotions. Instead of wanting to avoid them, escape them through our defense mechanisms, we want to bring our focus back into our body and breathe into them, right? And nurture ourselves by allowing that emotion to guide us, because you see, anything negative that we embrace and we start accepting becomes a portal to access our inner world. It becomes the gate, the guide, the teacher. So instead of, because we are programmed by default to react, suppress, fight, flight, freeze, fawn, to anything that we perceive as negative. And therefore we do not heal, and we do not, if we don't allow to heal, we do not allow to grow, and therefore to become what we're aiming at. So if we're aiming for a relationship, abundance, or whatever we want, we need to be able to allow the negative to come in and become the guide, the teacher that will help us connect with our inner world, our subconscious, right? Our bodies. And from there, the more we allow to feel through the emotion, through the feeling, right? And become present in the moment by wanting to observe what that feeling is saying, what it's showing us, the emotion, right? What is clearing. Like, let's say we have fear and we're feeling fear or anxiety. Allowing to be present by feeling it in our body allows that to move, and instead of becoming something stuck in our body that pushes love away and creates heart walls, we allow for that to soften, right? Soften our heart walls, and that's how we become the trust that we're looking for in relationships. So to trust others means to understand how to trust ourselves when we are thinking negative thoughts. What do? the more loving we are and more aware we are to those thoughts, those beliefs, those patterns, and we bring our attention back into our body and self-soothe, the more we're able to do that, the more we are building trust and that we are going to be safe in any other relationship, since we are more and more safe with ourselves. And then going to the emotional level, the more and more we are able to embrace the trigger, accept it as a guide, as a teacher, and allow the emotions that it's directing us to feel, right? The negative ones to be able to self-soothe ourselves and hold ourselves in the negative emotions, the more we will feel safe with anyone else, that nothing bad is going to happen to us. And this is how we open up to trust, to trusting relationships and other people, because we're building that with ourselves. And the same thing with our feelings in our body. The more we allow those uncomfortable feelings that are expressed on the body level to be there, by paying attention to them and wanting to be there for them, because it's energy that is trying to communicate something to us, the more we are allowing for this information to be there. If, on the contrary, every time we have a negative thought, emotion, and or feeling, we start to fight, flight, freeze to it, resist to it, not want it, what we are doing is we're not wanting a part of ourselves. And then the more we react in survival mode, right, more and more consistently, we actually only have two options: either to not be in a relationship because it's safer, or to be in relationships that are unfulfilling because we have not built that relationship with ourselves yet. So the question is not about looking for that person, it's how we can become the person we're looking for. And it's usually through this process of wanting to rewire the way we perceive anything negative. I'm not saying to stay in any abusive relationship. That is something different. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the relationship with self. So when a negative thought comes up, negative emotion comes up, a negative feeling comes up, am I more and more wanting to get to know me there and love me there and hold me and nurture me there? If I'm doing that more and more, then relationships will be safer and safer for me, and therefore, instead of pushing them away, I will be opening up to receiving these beautiful relationships and experiencing them. So again, we want to become what we're looking for. And the more we are wanting to become what we're looking for, the less expectations we have of others to be something specific, to do something specific, right? We allow them more to be free and authentic because they're not responsible for giving us love or taking pain away from us, right? Because I am responsible to give me love. And then everybody else can mirror this back to me. Or not. They have a choice though. And I am not deprived or I'm not in despair because I have me, right? I have myself. And then if something triggers me and I get wounded and hurt, or when I'm responsible for what hurts me, I'm more curious to get to know me in that place where I haven't loved myself yet, instead of holding other people accountable for hurting me. And therefore, the more and more safe I feel with triggers, the more safe I will feel with boundaries. The more safe I feel with boundaries, the more safe I feel with expressing what it is I want. The safer I feel with that, the safer relationships become with other people. And when I start growing this way with love and trust within my own body, from here I become a magnet for the relationship I'm looking for. So this was the video for today. I hope this helped for anyone that is looking to become the relationship they are looking for. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to DM me and post the questions through social media. I would love to answer your questions. Have a beautiful morning, afternoon, or night, and see you soon. Bye now.